Hey guys, it's Ben, the Pro Se coach here in Texas. Wanted to talk real quick about, really your first step a lot of times with your own case, which is to filing your first motion. That alone is imposing to a lot of people with, I don't know how to start, what does it look like, I'm gonna sound stupid, I'm gonna do it wrong, etc. But so the first thing I can tell you is relax. There are technical things that go on with the motion, but at the end of the day, for generally speaking, all you're trying to do is get your story out there and your argument to the judge, who may or may not review it before hearing your, at your hearing. Some judges I know are super big about it. They will read every word of it and understand it before they walk in. Some of them walk in and go, "Now who are you again and what was the problem?" So, it depends judge to judge, but take your motion, whatever it is. Let's just take a motion to modify. Find the template that lays out the basic structure of the motion and what you want to do. In the first part of it, there's three parts to it basically. But the first part of it, we're going to say, here comes Ben Schooley, and he is going to make an argument to do the following thing. The second part is, here's why. I'm going to list some history. I'm going to list some of my evidence. I'm going to list my argument, basically, whatever that is. And then the third part is to say, because of that argument I just laid out, here's the relief that I need. And that's very important part of that is relief. The court can only do what you ask it to do. So you have to specifically ask and detail exactly the relief that you're asking for. And at the end of your hearing, make sure the judge addresses all parts of your relief. Let's say it goes pretty good for you at your hearing, and at the end of it, the judge says, yes, I like this and this and this. Go through each part. Because if he doesn't specifically address each part, it didn't happen. So, you got to go through all of that. So it's very detail oriented, but it's not something that should scare you to the point that, it's too much for me. I don't know how to do this. It's really speak your truth, get it on paper, and get it filed. I had a guy the other day, and he filed a restraining order. He filed a restraining order. Judge throws it out. Why? We didn't put an affidavit with it because that's required by Texas procedure. So he was super frustrated and down. He wasn't working with me, but he was very frustrated that, he was thrown out of court basically. But the reality is, as pro se, so you go home and you file it again. You file it 45 minutes later. So, if you've got lawyers, this is thousands upon thousands of dollars that is happening. But for pro se guys, man, just take your licks. If you get it wrong, ask why in court. If they say, listen, we're going to chunk your motion out because of this, why? What is it missing? I need to understand so that I can follow the court's rules. So, just stay smart, stay diligent, don't give up. Pro se's tough, man. And when you get in the gig, all the lawyers, they pick on you and they make fun of you and they insult you, and that's part of the game. So, put on your shield and get in there and do the best you can do. If you screw up on this part or that part, take your lumps, learn what it is that you need to know, and move forward. But don't be scared of motions. They're not nearly as bad as they, are in your head. I know we all see the stuff that you find online of, super famous cases, and it's a 427-page motion. Man, most motions are a page and a half. They're not that big. They're not that scary. They're really not even that technical. If you'll slow down and work through some of your fear, you'll find it's not that hard. I'd love to help. You can find me at www.prosecoachtx.com. I help people just like you every day navigate this system and get from one end of it to the other. So I appreciate it. See you.